afternoon and welcome to Scottish Premiership Live for the first of two Scottish Premiership games today on LFS. We start with the Dundee Derby as newly promoted Dundee United head back into the league and looking to take it to their local rivals Dundee FC, who finished in the top 6 last season and is one of the overperformers in the Scottish Premiership. We then head to Celtic Park a bit later on as we watch the champions Celtic take on Kilmarnock, another one of those sides who made a really impressive finish last season, finishing in 4th. The best of the rest, as they say, for Kilmarnock there at 4:30. In between those two games, there's a 3 o'clock kickoff as well. We'll keep an eye on that one between St Mirren and Hibs. So far, we haven't seen a goal in the Scottish Premiership. 2 games yesterday. We started with Hearts against Rangers, a 0-0 draw in that one at Tynecastle, and then at Fir Park. A bit later on in the afternoon, Motherwell against Ross County also ended by the same scoreline. So defence is on top. Goalkeepers certainly doing their jobs. But today, we're hoping for a few goals to give us an entertaining start to the new Scottish Premiership season. And a derby is certainly one way to do that. Dundee United, of course, winners of the Scottish Championship last season, heading back to the top flight of Scottish football. And they will face, at the moment, their opponents who are a lot better off than Dundee United. You won't mind me saying that, because Dundee FC got in a great position last season, getting in the top 6, something that's hard to do if you're not one of the established and historic sides in Scottish football, the likes of a Hibs or an Aberdeen, or even a Motherwell of those senses. Dundee FC amongst one of those, capitalising upon the ailments of those historic clubs last season and making the most of it. The trophy is being brought out here onto the Tannadice pitch. The Dundee United trophy of the Scottish Championship last season. And the waving the flags of orange and white in the stands inside this truly historic stadium, an iconic stadium in Scottish football, Tannadice Park. And their iconic fans are back in the Scottish Premiership. They will get a guard of honour as well from their local rivals as the Dundee United players enter the field. Dundee FC lining up in that guard of honour. They welcome their rivals and a round of applause for their achievements of last season. If that's not motivation to beat them on the pitch today, I don't know what will be. Well, speaking of on the pitch, let's have a look at the two teams and how they line up today. Dundee United back in the Scottish Premiership, and they start with Jack Walton in goal. They've gone for a back 3/back 5. Vico Sivell, Declan Gallagher, Kevin Holt, Ross Graham and Will Ferry make up the defence. Craig Sibbald and David Bobunski, the captain, makes up the midfield, with Miller Thompson, Christian Trapanovski and Jort van de Sand making the attack. For Dundee FC and their wonderful achievements of getting in the top 6 last season, Tony Docherty, John McCracken starts in goal, Ethan Ingram, Juan Portales, Luke Graham, Jordan McGee and Ziad Larkech make up the defence. Lal Cameron, Mohamed Sila and Luke McKeown, the captain, make up the midfield 3, with a front 2 of Simon Murray and Sebastian Palmer-Holden. Simon Murray, by the way, who done wonders at a struggling Ross County last season. He'll be hoping he can bring his goals tally to this Dundee side to make them even better than what they were last season. Who's to say they can't improve? It's the Dundee Derby on Matchday 1 of the new Scottish Premiership season, and we're without a goal yet. Hopefully we get one today. Kick-off at Tannadice is next. Good afternoon and welcome to our second game of the weekend and our first this Sunday afternoon, our first of 2 games and a double header of Scottish Premiership action for you this Sunday afternoon. The weekend concludes tomorrow night as St Johnstone take on Aberdeen tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. But we have 2 games for you today. The Dundee Derby followed by the champions in action looking to defend their title, and so far they might have a head start on their opponents. Rangers, who dropped points yesterday in a 0-0 draw get away at Hearts, and Motherwell and Ross County might have a bit of catching up to do themselves after they drew 0-0 as well. All a point apiece, the top 4 in the league. Everyone else yet to play, so there's a lot of room for manoeuvre over the next 33 weeks, and then the split gets us to a very different position coming over the final stages of the season. As we get ready for this one. And the players setting up to do the coin toss. David Dickinson, our referee this afternoon. Not the antique dealer. Don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on post notifications if you haven't done so already. It would be greatly appreciated. Thank you for joining us this afternoon for our first of 2 games. The match map is a bit ahead of us. I was panicking there, I thought we were behind, but the match map is a bit ahead. It's a bit excited this afternoon. As are we. Dundee United, of course, in their orange shirts with black shorts. And Dundee FC in that navy shirt with white shorts. And Dundee FC will get us going. The newcomers back in the top flight will have a tough task of their local rivals, but a top performer of last season to come up against. Dundee FC may be the favourites, but no one has a favourite in a derby. It's anybody's game, anybody's guess as to who will have the bragging rights at full time. That's the joy of a derby, and we will have the honour of watching it this afternoon. Although there's an early hit here for Ethan Ingram. He's gone straight down from the kickoff. That's not a good start. See this again, they try and go long from the kickoff, and Ingram just battling down the right. Just a collision in there. Trying to see who that was that he collided with. I think it might be Will Ferry. It is. Just a collision between the two. And Ingram back to his feet, but not a great start to that one for Ingram, but he is back to his feet and is okay. Well, we do have a poll in the chat as well if you want to get involved. What you think your prediction is for this game. Who's going to win if there's going to be a draw. Let us know. Get those votes coming in. We'll have a look at that poll all the way throughout the afternoon. Dundee United. Just for ease, I'm going to refer to Dundee United as United and Dundee as Dundee. Dundee FC, that is. Because it will get a bit confusing. I've done this before, and it does get a bit confusing. As United pick up the ball down the right-hand side, and wanting a free kick there, but Laketch will actually give away the free kick eventually. The referee, David Dickinson, had a think about that one, and has given the free kick the way of United. Of course, at the start of the season, the new boys, they want to kind of show you what they're worth, you know. In the Scottish Premiership, of course, with it only being 12 teams, unlike maybe bigger leagues around Europe that have 20 teams, it's only one team that can, well, it could be 2, depending on the playoff, but it's 1 this season, and they're the kind of focus, they're the kind of, everybody's looking at Dundee United, what can they offer, what are they going to give us this season, what is their kind of point of to prove, in a sense, this season, and we will see that. But they're the sole focus, in a sense, whereas in other bigger leagues it's 3 teams, somewhat 2 teams at times, where there's a bit less focus, but it's full focus on Dundee United. They're the pressure, you know. Can they show up this season? Can they keep themselves up? That will be the first task. You know, you don't want to get promoted and go straight back down again, that yo-yo idea. They have been up and down quite a few times over the years. As United just head that back to their keeper, Jack Walton. Of course, they're the home side today. And they'll be hoping that can give them that extra advantage. The atmosphere inside Tannadice. As I said, a very historic stadium in Scottish football. A very well recognised stadium. Even the name is something that you hear it and it instantly kind of brings you those thoughts and ideas of great quality football as they get involved in the box here, and the shots, and the keeper has to get in the way, McCracken, and that was a really good move down the right hand side. It's from the throw-in. It's got a bit scrappy. Dundee just cannot get it clear, and then United break into the box. They get the break of the ball, and a really decent shot from a tight angle, nicely taken in. I think it's Seville. It is. It's Seville. Gets it. Takes it off the foot of Trapanovski and takes the shot as the corner comes in. Headed clear. And McKeon can pick it up just around the edge of his own box. The Dundee captain does well to weave his way through trouble. And now Dundee want a counter-attack, but it looks like United will have that one covered as they head back to their keeper once again in Jack Walton. But a positive start for the home side in that sense. The first shot of the game, that first bit of energy, get the crowd up, get the atmosphere behind you. That's what you want. The ball knocked forward. Again, a bit of head tennis as McKeon clears up for Dundee. Intercepted well at the back there by Holt for United. Trapanovski can't bring it down, and he will give away a free kick there as McKeon was fouled. So free kick the way of the visitors. And certainly got the crowd singing that early shot from Seville. Vico Seville from Croatia, joined on a free this summer from Kalsar Radomja, which is a Slovenian side. Five minutes gone in the Dundee derby, the first actually in 2.5 years. Last time these sides met was back in April 2022. In that time, and it was a cracking game. It was a 2-2 draw in that one. Dundee United were actually 2-0 up in that game. Nicky Clark and Charlie Mulgrew gave them a 2-goal lead before Danny Mullen and Charlie Adam for Dundee FC levelled the game inside 2 minutes in the second half. And they ended the game 2-2. A competitive derby. Well, one thing about home sides, they don't often lose in these derbies, which is something that will give Dundee United a bit of confidence early doors. The last time that an away side won in this derby in the Scottish Premiership, if we look back, it was back in 2014. As Trapanovski will go from distance, but probably should have betted against that. There, Christian Trapanovski. Certainly wasn't his best effort, well wide. Certainly wasn't going to test John McCracken in the Dundee goal. But again, Dundee caught in possession there, just a bit wasteful on the ball. Palmer Holden just heading back towards his own goal, and he gets caught in possession as he does so, linked away, and then Trapanovski takes the shot. And that's one thing Dundee can't do this afternoon, is just get a bit kind of complacent on the ball. You give Dundee United that energy, that kind of incentive to win the ball, to get the crowd up. You're only going to cause yourself more problems. They move it quickly, they keep the opposition off the ball for as long as possible. You're going to find benefits out of that, and you're going to quieten the crowd. You know, it's kind of 101 of an away side, but especially in a derby. You do not want to heighten the crowd in a derby, the home crowd, as you being the away team, because it only will make your job 10 times more difficult than initially it was at the start of play. And I think that's something, a kind of a seesaw balance that I think Dundee need to find. As they do get a free kick here, Cameron will take. Lyle Cameron. They had a decent set-piece record last season, Dundee. Let's see what they can do from a decent one here. It's about 40-odd yards out, but it's going to be whipped towards the box. Back post, flicked on. The last touch off a Navy shirt. And it goes behind for a Dundee United goal kick. It was Graham that time. Luke Graham got the header on that one. It was nowhere near threatening Jack Walton in the United goal. I have to say, Tony Docherty's side last season, we talk about how much the United did last season, but Tony Docherty, the Dundee manager, did an incredible job. Came in May of 2023, has managed 47 matches for Dundee up to this point, won 17 of them, drawn 12 and lost 18 of them. So a 36% win percentage, which isn't awful considering they're a side that not necessarily aren't the best, but they're a side that aren't expected to be winning every week and getting the kind of the plaudits, shall we say, for trophies and things. Although they've had a great start to this season. They've had a really strong pre-season, and then the League Cup, of course the Scottish League Cup, the way that works, it's groups in Scotland, and they've won all but one of their 8 games warming up to the new season. 4 pre-season friendlies they played, and they won 3 of the 4 of them. They drew 1 away to Leck, but Arbroath, Bannock and Dunfermline they won, all comfortable scorelines. And then in the Scottish League Cup, they beat Bonnyrigg Rose by 7 goals to 1, 2-0 against Arbroath, 3-1 against Annan Athletic, and Cally Thistle beaten 6-0 by Dundee. So they've certainly been free scoring, albeit lower tier opposition, but they're certainly warming up and playing good football under Tony Docherty in the pre-season. They did have a pretty disappointing end to the season, considering how high a position they finished. When they get into the top 6, they lost all but 1 of their 5 games post-split last season. They got a draw out at Kilmarnock on the final day of the season, but lost all the other games to Celtic, St Mirren, Hearts and Rangers. So it was clearly that they were the 6th best team in Scottish football last season, Dundee. But there's room for improvement. There always is room for improvement at every level, even at the top level. Something that even the Championship sides and the sides going for the league title will be predicting this season. And we'll know this season. As Dundee another faded attack, as Lyle Cameron couldn't catch that one. Went sailing behind for a goal kick to United. Speaking of Dundee, of course Dundee United, of course we talk about last season and what way that turned out for them. An incredible season in the Scottish Championship, topping the league, 6 points clear of Raith Rovers, getting automatic promotion. Not the first time of asking, of course, were relegated in the 22-23 season. And this is a nice work down the right-hand side, and the cutback! And that is a terrible shot in the end, went skying into the stands there from the Dundee United captain, David Babunski. Really good move down the right-hand side. I think it's Thompson. Great work down the right-hand side. Breaks past his man, gets into the box and cuts it back for Babunski, who's completely unmarked. He's got time and space galore in the middle. All he has to do is just side foot it, but he leans back and tries to strike it with power, and it ends up flying into the stands. But that was a decent move. Really good work by Miller Thompson down the right-hand side, and then the cut back to his captain, who should have done better on the shooting opportunity. But they're moving smoothly, and this is another breakthrough, and they're into the box, and it's a chance, it's a goal! And Dundee United strike first. The new boys in the Scottish Premiership are the first to score in the new season. Dundee United, as Tannadice goes crazy. They've got the goal over their rivals. They've been the better side since the start of the game, and by God, they've shown it. Dundee United lead by a goal to 0. And that was a really nice move just after they had a really good goal-scoring chance through their captain. They come up the other end, they break it through again, and they get a tap-in goal, a certain goal, and it was Trapanovski who missed a chance earlier on. And I said, bet against those. But it was a really good move again. Dundee complacent on the ball, the runner not tracked, and he just lays it out to the left-hand side, and Trapanovski completely as free as a bird on that left-hand flank. No one marking him. Really good through ball by Babunski. The cross played across. I'm trying to see who that was. That played it across. I think it's Van de Sand. Plays it across, and Trapanovsky there to just side-foot it into the bottom right corner and giving Dundee United the lead. Sending Tannadice into ecstatic energy. That's what the way you want to start a new season and the way you want to start a derby. Dundee United 1, Dundee FC 0. And it's Christian Trapanovsky on his Scottish Premiership debut, giving United the lead. Wow. What pressure. Quite simply, what pressure. As we're waiting on the restart. I don't think there should be any concerns about a restart, about any VAR involvement here. Not that I saw anything in the build-up, but they are taking their time. I mean, just get on with it, will you? We're waiting on the final kind of signal from David Dickinson to get back on the way. They're ready to get going again, but we're just waiting on the full confirmation from VAR. I don't know why we're waiting. Or actually, there's a flare on the field, that's the problem. So, the goal will stand, don't worry about that. The goal will stand, but there's a flare on the pitch which is causing a few bits of bother at the moment. And that's another good sight for Dundee United fans. There's the live table on the right hand side of your screen. That couldn't look any better for them at this moment. Leading the way themselves and their rivals bottom of the table. Could it be any better for them? No, it can't, really. As Dundee United leading by a goal to nil, and they take, of course, de facto top spot, of course, after everybody else in the league has drawn and hasn't scored this season so far. They're the only side out of the six that have played any sort of football so far in this new season that have found the back of the net. And it only took them 13 minutes, and they had a really good chance a bit earlier on through Babunski, as I said, as Dundee try and respond, and that's a really committed block there against Lyle Cameron. I think that was Kevin Holt or Will Ferry, one of the two that got back there and made sure Lyle Cameron's cross was going nowhere but out for a throw-in. And that goal certainly got the home crowd bouncing. That's what you like to see. They're going for the long throw here. Headed up into the air. And United clear their lines as they try and head back into the box. Dundee, the target of Simon Murray, who was getting nowhere near that one as it rolled out for a throw to United. Bit of thinking for Tony Docherty to do. His side have really not been potent in the early moments. They have still without a shot in the game after 16.5 minutes. It's not panic stations, of course not, but when your side are the de facto better team on paper and poorly should be and were regarded as the favourites, but are not playing great football. It's United, that are the better side, showing much more energy, more intent. Although, as I say that, here's Simon Murray. He's played it through the lines. McKeown tries to cross it. Well blocked. The second one, and it's an open net. 1-1. Commentators curse at its finest, and Dundee are level. A tap in at the back post. Calamitous defending denies United an extension to the long-awaited lead that they've wanted. And that, as quick as it's come, it's gone again. And a leveller to get the visitors on terms. It's really bad defending, you have to be honest. They give the ball away in midfield, and it's McKeown that starts the attack. Plays it down the left-hand side to Murray. Murray into the box, and McKeown just tries to cross it. Blocked off. Murray's the first to react. Gets it back into the box. The keeper, Walton, just palms it back out into the path of a Dundee player, waiting for the tap in. I'm trying to see who that was. It did tap it in. I think it might be Luke Graham. It's actually Palmer Holden, sorry. I read 23 as 25. Palmer Holden. It just taps it in at the back post. And Dundee are back level. Well, what is this saying? You wait long enough for one, you end up getting more than one at once. Something to that effect, anyway. We've been waiting for 2 games for a single goal, and we've got 2 goals in the space of a couple of minutes in this one. And it is Dundee United 1, Dundee 1 in this Dundee derby. I've said Dundee that many times, I'm even confusing myself at this point. Palmer Holden with a leveller, and Dundee looking to maybe not look back from this position now. Maybe that was the wake-up call they needed going behind. Something that, you know, we talk about it all the time. Sometimes sides need a bit of a wake-up call, a bit of an energizer to get them going in a game. I mean, it probably shouldn't be that way, but sometimes it is the case that sides do need that little bit of boost in the game, and conceding so early on in such a way, such an avoidable way, to be honest, it is something that can energise a side, and we've seen that from Dundee. Maybe they have been energised by conceding and want to get back on terms as quick as possible, and that they have done. As United get the free kick there. See this again. I mean, it's poor in the midfield. United just give it away. It's really good from McKeon. Lovely from Murray. Plays in McKeon. And then Murray, the first to react, plays it across the box. The keeper gets a hand to it. And then Palmer Holden's just waiting there at the back post. I mean, talk about no one marking. They're throwing bodies everywhere, but not in the areas they need them there. United, bodies flooding everywhere, and Palmer Holden just has the easiest job on the field to just side-foot it into an empty net. As simple as you like. And I mean, you'll not score an easier goal like that. You'll struggle to find an easier goal scored than that all throughout this season. That's really good from Ethan Ingram, battling down the right-hand side, holding on to the ball well. That's nice football from Murray. Gets it across, out to the left-hand side now. Larkesh trying to squeeze it into the box, blocked off. McKeon there to pick up the loose one. Cross comes in, blocked, headed away by Gallagher. Silal tries to play it through the lines, but orange shirts surround him as United try and break out down the right flank. And the ball rolls out of play. The last touch did come off Luke Graham, and it will be a throw-in to United there. Certainly energy in this one. I have to say, very different game from the one I watched yesterday between Hearts and Rangers. More of a chess match between those two. Whereas this one, it's just all-out attack. It's great. It's the energy and excitement you want at the start of a new season. I'm sure the SPFL have taken a breath now. After yesterday's games ending 0-0, they certainly didn't want a drab opening weekend. They're not going to get one here at the minute. As United play it across, another one, it's a tap-in again! And they're back in front again! Every shot is turning to goals at the moment. And it's another simple move from the right-hand side. It's squared right across the 6-yard box. And no one tracking the run of Miller Thompson at the back post, who's there again to tap it in. Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. And another goal in this one. Goodness me. I have to say, if yesterday was all about defending, I don't know where the defenders have been today. They've gone missing. Really good football. Lovely pass in between the lines. No one tracking the wide man on that right-hand side. And the ball just straight across the box. Completely unmarked. I mean, it's basics. Will Ferry comes across, plays it out to the right-hand side. And it's across from the right-hand side from Savell, right across the box. And Miller Thompson's just at the back post. No one's anywhere near him. And the ease of that finish. I mean, I said a moment or two ago, you'll struggle to find an easier goal to score than Palmer Holden's. Well, there's one there. There's something that will certainly test it. That was... it looked like a training exercise, it was that easy. Fabulous. And Dundee United back in front at Tannadice. And Dundee have more work to do. After getting themselves back on terms, they have again taken a step backwards. Although they're instantly wanting to return the favour. Although that's not going to do it. As that ball well blocked out there. And it's actually seen Craig Sibbald just momentarily go to the ground. Took it with real vigour. There we are, he's back to his feet, Sibbald. It's okay to continue as Dundee get the throw down the right hand side. Well, let's talk about the goal scorers, because we haven't had a minute to talk about the goal scorers. Starting with our first goal scorer, Christian Trapanovsky. Oh, Christ almighty. John McCracken got a bit nervy there. The ball played back to him. It was maybe a slight bit overhit, but he got control of it. He tries to dart it out to the right flank, but Will Ferry will see that one out past Ethan Ingram. Throw into United. As I was saying, Trapanovsky, the opened the scoring. 24-year-old from North Macedonia. Joined on a free again this summer from Skopje. KF Skopje from the North Macedonian club. Played at Slavia Prague in his earlier days. And the B side at Slavia Prague did Christian Trapanovsky. And has got the ability to play all over the front three. The equaliser then, the man who got the equaliser, Sebastian Palmer Holden, the Englishman, 20-year-old, joined from Newport County on loan. Sorry, didn't join from Chippenham. He was on loan at Yeovil, then at Newport, and now at Dundee on loan for the season. And he certainly made an impact in his first game at the club on loan. It's all the new boys making their voices heard. Miller Thompson then got the second goal that again restores the lead for United. The 20-year-old Scotsman was on loan at the Dundee United B side from the start of the year in January. That loan was a half-season loan, and he's back, of course, in the main side and back doing the business and getting on the score sheet. As United got a bit panicky there at the back, and Dundee tried to make the most of it but couldn't find the ball through as Silla has to come backwards. McGee to Portales. Juan Portales. Out to Luke Graham on the left hand side. Ooh, Lakesh back to Graham, and now back to Portales. Dundee just trying to get a look at the ball, and a feel for it. A few passes at the moment. They've had more possession, Dundee, so the visitors have had more of the ball, but they've only had 2 shots in the game. Compare that to their opponents, who have had 5 shots in the game so far. So more possession doesn't always mean more quality and more attacking football. Here's Portales trying to dart it into an area. As on the reverse there, Lyle Cameron tried to play it out to Ingram and just overhit that ball out for the throw. Wasted past that one. One of not great quality. And something Jim Goodwin will be keeping an eye on, the United manager. He's been applauding his side since the very first minute of this game, their efforts and their quality on the ball. It's been that directness that's got them into those areas. It's that kind of not waiting around in a sense. They've got a job to do and they want to do it quickly. And it's working at the moment. They're finding a way through Dundee with that really direct, pacey football, and it's finding those gaps, those little spaces where they can exploit, and at the moment they're getting the most out of it. As Ross Graham just puts that one out for a throw under a bit of pressure there. As Dundee have the ball back, 28.5 minutes gone, and I mean, the last 15 minutes have flew by since we got the goals. Here's Larkesh, and I wouldn't bet against it being the last of our goals today, to be honest. Far from it. Although I said that yesterday in the Hearts Rangers game. I said, oh, there's going to be goals in this one. And we ended up getting a 0-0. But the way they were playing, it looked like there was goals in it. Most certainly. But here today, they're making up for it. And in a great way is... oh, the long strike. Doesn't come to nothing. Sibbald just got caught in possession there and kind of run into no man's land, just surrounded by Dundee players, and in his own half too. He just reversed back in, trying to go back towards his own goal, and he ultimately just was caught out, lost the ball, and then the strike from Palmer Holden was a bit optimistic, shall I say, from a long range in that one. Walton goes long. The ball was allowed to bounce, brought down eventually by Simon Murray, and McKayan just overstepped the mark, and the ball escapes him as United try and break down the right with Miller-Thompson, ready on the score sheet this afternoon. Sibbald now just about holding on to the ball as he gets it back to Gallagher. Now Bobonski, the United captain. Gets that one out to the right hand side, and there was a deflection on it, so it will be a United throw. Keeping up the field and in Dundee territory. 30 minutes gone at the half-hour mark. It is the home side, the new promoted side. The new boys, or the new kids on the block, as they say. They have the lead. At the moment, deservedly so, in the sense of the football they've played. As Bobonski gets it out to the left-hand side. That's a lovely move. And the cut back to the edge of the box. The touch, the strike, just wide. I'm trying to see if it was Bobonski that just couldn't finish it. Really good move down the left-hand side. Really good footwork into the box. The cut back, edge of the box. Nice first touch on the edge of the box, arriving in. And it was Bobonski just dragged it wide. Really good. Probably should be doing a lot better from that position, but again, the wrong side of the post. And maybe a wasted effort. I think he was complaining about something there, Bobonski. I think he wanted a foul, but looked like there was no issues in that for me. Again, a bit wasteful in possession, Dundee, as they win the ball back fairly. That was a good challenge by Seal. And now out to the left-hand side it comes. To Larkesh. Well, blocked off every time of asking by Ross Graham, who got in his way, and Savell out there as well. As the ball comes back to McGee. Now it's the left again, it comes. Cameron trying to link it through the lines to Murray. Murray trying to go for the return ball, but United just getting a toe to that. Although Cameron's won it back again. High on that left-hand flank. McKayan. Silla. Plays it in between the lines. Larkesh cuts it back. Simon Murray was the target, but well blocked off in that one. I think it was Gallagher that got in the way, and will be a Dundee throw on the left-hand side. Better play from the visitors. Nice work in between the lines, breaking through those little gaps. Well, the last time that Dundee won at Tannadice, listen to this, was a long, long time ago. 2004 was the last time that Dundee won on this ground. Here's Trapanovsky. They're on the counter-attack here, United. Ball in behind. The cut back to the edge of the box. And it's completely miscued there, but Ferry was the one that got it. Just see it again. Really good break down the left-hand side. Mackay just overstepping the ball and giving it away again. Wasteful in possession. And Ferry on the break down the left-hand side. Good work by Trapanovsky. And then the cut back. It was trouble. An attempt of a cut back, but just completely side-footed and hit the side netting. Again, from that counter-attack, it's causing problems. Here's Lyde Cameron for Dundee. Down the right, trying to play it on to Ingram. And the last touch did come off Will Ferry. It will be a Dundee corner. But Ferry's everywhere at the moment. He's going forward, getting them on the attack, but also getting back and doing his defensive work. Exactly what you want to see as a manager. Your players committed. Well, Dundee actually had the most set-piece goals of any Scottish Premiership side last season, 20. That's 7 more than second-placed Rangers, who had 13. So they certainly know where to score from a set-piece. Corner to be taken on the right-hand side. Taken short to McKeon. Left-footed delivery into the box, cleared away. Well defended in there. Decent cross by McKeon there, the Dundee captain, Luke McKeon, but again, United just getting the first head to it and clearing it away from danger. The ball comes down the left-hand side now. Murray drifting out to that left-hand side quite often, Simon Murray. It's not as kind of, I have to say, both Simon Murray and Palmer Holden, they were set up as the front two for Dundee, but they've been very fluid in those attacking areas. They've been drifting around the pitches. That's a really poor pass there. Although that's really good by McKeon to win it off the opposition captain, Babunski. And now Murray trying to play it forward again. Intercepted as United clear their lines. Dundee, I think they can be more confident in the way they've been playing in the last 5 minutes. They've played a better kind of attacking phase. In the early moments they were really struggling to link things up in the final third, but they're starting to find those little gaps, those spaces, and starting to exploit Dundee United. Less than 10 minutes of the first half to go, and it's the home side that lead in the Dundee derby. Dundee United 2, Dundee FC 1. Trapanovsky and Thompson, the goal scorers. Palmer Holden, the man who levelled for Dundee. And they want another leveller. Here they come again. Murray just beaten to it there, and the keeper, Jack Walton, gets there first. Simon Murray's been well marshalled out of this game at times when they have tried to get him into a threatening position, or when he's made those threatening runs in behind. They've always had it covered, United, and credit to them, they know the threat that he poses, and they're certainly trying to stifle that as much as they can. The 32-year-old. Although, here's the shot again. I couldn't see who that was that took the shot, but Dundee United, another effort. I think it might have been Thompson again. See that again. I mean, it's similar once more. Caught out in midfield, and the break of the ball just goes the way of, I think it is Miller Thompson. Takes the shot, tries to go across goal. Decent save by John McCracken, but it's good to see the confidence in Miller Thompson now. After he got that goal, that he's not afraid to go again and take a few risks. But we've seen that all day from Dundee United. All through this first half, they're not afraid of their opposition. They're not cowering. They've been very kind of impressive so far. Ball chipped across the box. Well headed away. Battle for the ball as McKeon carries it away, and Murray tries to get breaking down the left-hand side. The ball goes out of play for a throw. Well covered again by Ross Graham. Again, it seems like that commitment to every single challenge at the moment. It's getting the crowd up. It's getting them behind their team, and at the moment they're feeding off that. the home side, is McKine again. Wasteful. The many wasted passes in midfield for Dundee is quite remarkable. They don't pay the price for that one, but they're riding their luck a bit. They really need to buck up their ideas and give themselves a shake at half-time, because they've certainly not been up to the level in this first half. They've been out-battled, out-fought. And just the quality has been much more effective from Dundee United. Oh, Seagull. Dundee. But this is the moment. They've been holding more of the ball, but they're going nowhere with it. It's a bit blunt in terms of their attack. We'll analyse this at half-time, but certainly not been massively impressive so far, I would have to say. The ball dart down the left-hand side. They're playing in space. That's a lovely turn by Murray. Again, the pass is completely wasted. It's more like they're trying to hit an area as McKine picks it back up again. Out to the right-hand side of Ingram. Ingram trying to cross. Well blocked again by Will Ferry. He's been there all afternoon. Anything that Ethan Ingram's tried to throw at him, he's always had the answer to that. And he'll get another throw in here, Ethan Ingram, but I think Dundee United will take that all day long, having just to defend a throw. Ingram goes long. It's into a narrow area. The ball falls. The shot well blocked off the line, and then the other effort from distance is skied over the bar. Decent long throw, and I think it was Gallagher that got the block on, as David Dickinson just stops the game for the moment just to make sure that Gallagher's okay. It is a fierce strike there by Larkesh, and right into the torso to Declan Gallagher, and he gets a full blast of the ball there. He's back to his feet. He's fine to continue. Certainly take the wind out of you, that type of strike, but ultimately didn't concede, and that's what matters for the defence and putting bodies on the line. Again, Ingram getting in a mix, in a muddle, and United breaking down the right hand side. Here's Thompson again. Back it comes. Savell with a cross. Well headed clear. United keep the ball. The shot from distance is certainly one not to want to see again from Ross Graham. 30 odd yards. We've seen a couple of those today. Efforts from long range. I mean, none of them have tested the opponent's goalkeeper, and it's good to see that Jim Goodwin can laugh about it, because they're winning. That's a lovely ball in behind. That's the touch there from Van der Sand. It's let him down, but United will win the ball again in midfield. Really good ball out to the right hand side. Here's Thompson again. Coming up against Graham, looking for the cross. Well blocked and won the corner. Committed from Miller Thompson. I said he was in the B team for Dundee United last season. Well, he must have lit it up, because he's earned his place in the A side, as they say, the first team. And he's certainly showing his quality so far in this one. Massively so. One of the most impressive players on the field so far, Miller Thompson. Corner for Dundee United. They're second of the game. The corner's whipped in. No one gets to it, but Sibbald did, and United will pick up the possession, but a lot deeper. Their keeper now, Jack Walton, who will recover. Just less than 3 minutes to go with a half. United lead by 2-1 at Tannadice in the Dundee Derby on the opening weekend of the Scottish Premiership season. Don't forget, we've one other game to come for you this weekend, and it's the champion Celtic in action a bit later on as they take on Kilmarnock at Celtic Park. A 4:30 kickoff. Brendan Rodgers' side been impressive in pre-season. We'll have a chat about that a bit later on. Kickoff at 4:30 from Parkhead. Jordan McGee goes long, headed back the way it came. Bit of head tennis between the Two sets of players as McKayan does bring it down. Now Ingram. Back it comes. Portales. McGee. Now to the left hand side to Luke Graham. Back to McGee. Portales. Again, similar ideas. Having the ball but not going anywhere with it. Graham. Murray coming deep to pick up the ball and spinning away, but seen off the ball. But Sela does find the ball back through the lines to Cameron. Now out to Ingram on the right hand side. Ingram looking for an option. He's covered all the way by Ferry. Has to go backwards. The cross comes in from Portales. Headed away as United clear their lines once again, convincing at clearing their lines. As McGee was under pressure and has to fly it back to his keeper McCracken, who comfortably dealt with that one as he was under pressure there from Jort van de Sand. Nice work from McCracken, finds his captain McKayan. Out to the left hand side it comes. Rakesh. Holden. Nice Sela to Cameron. All the way back it comes. Less than 30 seconds of the half to go. Dundee United still leading by 2-1. Don't forget we'll have half-time analysis as well as having a chat about what's to come in the second half, plus what we've got coming up here in LFS over the next few weeks for you. Lots to fill your boots over the next few weeks and over the season on LFS, as we will have 3 minutes at a time, 3 added minutes at the end of the first half. The home crowd clapping along to their side's early performance in this one. It'll be a great return to the top flight if they could get a victory over their opponents, their local opponents. It's Van de Sand. Plays it nicely through the lines. He got the break of the ball and the chip shot just goes over the bar from Babunski. Goodness me, that was close. Really good from Van de Sand. A great hold-up play, and Babunski makes the run beyond. Again, not tracked. Followed all, kind of picked the ball up just from behind him. Really good first touch, and then Babunski just sees the keeper off his line and just thought, why not? He tried to chip him, and he wasn't too far away. It just went onto the roof of the net, but close. Yet no cigar for Babunski. He's had a couple of chances in this half, the United captain. One skied over the bar, one hit wide, and now that one just onto the roof of the net. He's getting closer. Just hasn't found the net yet. But there's certainly more in this for United. They lead at the moment, but there's no, I would say there's no doubt in the fact that they could get more out of this. Here's Ferry to take the throw in down the left hand side. About a minute and a bit to go with the first half. Ball comes down the left flank. Trapanovsky just seen off the ball. Another throw coming their way. Sela that time that got involved. Ferry just getting another 10 yards on the opposition. Having a chance to go for a long throw, it seems here. Looked like there was a coin or something thrown there. He's amongst the Dundee fans at the moment. Goes long into the box. Sela got the first header. It's not cleared away, and the shot is caught by John McCracken. Good goalkeeping, but for a moment there, it just looked like it was sneaking in the right corner. That's a reactionary save if I've ever seen one, as they come right up the other end, Dundee. Palmer Holden seen out. And that is that for the first half. A first half which has saw the team in Tangerine are dreaming at the moment. They lead at the break, and what a perfect start, what a perfect return to the top flight at the moment. They're leading their local rivals at the break, and at the moment, deservedly so. Half-time at Tannadice, it is Dundee United 2, Dundee FC 1, and it's that man Miller Thompson that got the second to restore the lead. Analysis on the way next. Do stay with us. Welcome back to Scottish Premiership Live, half-time in the Dundee Derby. At Tannadice, it is Dundee United 2, Dundee FC 1, and it is the home side that deservedly lead at the break at this moment in time. No doubting that. The way they've played in that first half, the confidence they've shown, the quality they've shown on the ball has been much better than their opponents. Their opponents, the visitors, have certainly had more possession, 64% of it to be exact, for the team in navy blue, but at the moment they are struggling to do very much with the ball. I mentioned that multiple times throughout that first half. You know, it's all well and good having the possession and dominating the ball, but if you're doing nothing with it and just passing it around and waiting for something to happen, then you're going to be disappointed, because you have to be inventive. You know, the pressure of having a lot of the ball is that you have to be constantly moving, you have to be constantly testing your opponent, and they've not been doing that at all in the first half, Dundee FC. United, on the other hand, have been much better. They've been very direct, very potent, very quick, very pacey, kind of a lot of quality in their play, and they've not been waiting around in that sense. Yes, they've had a lot less possession, but they've had double the amount of shots of their opponents. So clearly, their idea at the moment is working a lot better than what Dundee's idea is. United getting the better out of the football that they're playing, the way that they're playing, and at the moment Dundee struggling to deal with that on the counter. It's the counter-attack that they've been massively impressive of. I mean, all three goals are avoidable goals, to be honest. Like, it's not the heights of defensive football, let's be honest. The opener came inside 13 minutes. It was Trapanovski that got the opener, of course, Christian Trapanovski for Dundee United, and it was a really good effort. I mean, it wasn't, as I said, the best quality goal, but it was a really good move down the right hand side. The cross came in, and it was a really nice move, but Dundee should be defending it better, of course, no doubt about that. The man in the box, unmarked, given too much space, you know, he was free as a bird, as I said, at the back post, and he just had the time and space to just chop it, find the first touch, and square it into the far corner. Really nice goal, really good start, got the crowd up, got them going, really gave Dundee United that kind of bit of energy, and that atmosphere really kind of got the crowd up and give them that bit of confidence early in the game, because of course, coming into this one, their opponents, their rivals, Dundee, would have been the favourites, would have been the side that would have been coming into this one going, you know, we've got the better of this team, we're the better side, we should be performing, we should be getting the goals, we should be kind of dominating this game and showing them what we're made of. But so far, that early goal for Dundee United gave them that confidence, gave them that kind of energy in the game and that belief that, well, they've understated us here. We're better than what they think we are. And it was a really nice through ball. I mean, I said it, Babunski, really nice through ball on the goal. Just played in between the lines, completely unmarked. I mean, it's really poor. And Jort van de Sande, really good cross ball. And then Trapanovski at the back post. No one there marking him. I mean, it's easy as you like, but really nice quality goal from United. Considering they're the new boys on the block, you could be a bit nervous, a bit rickety with your shooting. But ultimately, they did very well with it, and they took it really nicely. Ultimately, that lead didn't last for long in the first instance, because no sooner were they ahead than Dundee had levelled. Sebastian Palmer-Holden, really good move down the left-hand side. McKeon and Murray linking up really nicely. McKeon tried to play it back across goal. Murray was the first to react, and he just played it across, took the shot initially, Murray. It came off the hands of Walton and right back into the path of Palmer-Holden. Again, a tap into the back post. Again, United will be disappointed with how they defended that goal, but ultimately happy with the half-time scoreline, but they'll know there's more to improve in that instance. A lot more they can get out of their goal. And then the third one, which restored the lead. Again, another tap-in at the back post. Defenders should be doing better. I'm sure it will be the defenders union that will be getting out and going, oh, this could be tough and this could be this, and a tap-in isn't as easy as you like at times. But this one was simple. Really good move off the left-hand side. Will Ferry came across, played it out to the right-hand side, nicely picked up down that side by Vico Sevel, and he just squared it right across the 6-yard box. And Miller Thompson at the back post, no one watching him, no one anywhere near him, and as simple as you like, tapped it in. 3 tap-ins in the game, and defences should be doing better, but it's early in the season. They know they've got improvements to come, and of course that's all to come. But so far, both sides have got their shooting boots on, and they're finding the net. Maybe a bit of a gift at times, but sometimes you need a bit of a gift and a bit of an energy. And I say, at the moment, Dundee United lead at half-time, and I have not begrudgingly, they are leading, and they are deservedly leading at the break. And credit to them, because ultimately, as I said, being the new kids, being the kind of the team, that the only side that's new in the league, you know, the pressure's on, the focus is on you, and to come up against your local rivals on the opening weekend of the new season is a tough start. You're at home, which is a bit of an advantage for you, but at the same time, they've got the quality in the team. Okay, in terms of on paper, Dundee have the better quality, but at the same, on the same token, you can have miles better players. We've seen it multiple times before, when it's kind of David versus Goliath ties. This, I wouldn't say this is David versus Goliath. That would be very disrespectful. But in the similar sense of a side that is deemed to have the favourite, or be the favourite heading into the game, sometimes that can be overplayed and overstated at times, and players that are deemed to be so-called better than the opponents, maybe sometimes you just don't show up. And you can have all the quality in the world, but if you don't work hard for it and do the basics of football, you're not going to get the benefit of your quality and your ability and your talent. It's all about that hard-working mentality, and I think so far, Dundee United have had the better mentality, the better ideas, and have played the better football. And that's why they lead at half-time, and deservedly so. But that doesn't guarantee them anything. 45 minutes down. You know, the second half still to come. There's a long way to go in this game, and a lot can still happen. So I wouldn't get too giddy about it too early. But at the moment, some very positive signs for Dundee United. In comparison to yesterday, we've already seen 3 goals in one half here today, but we're struggling to see any goals yesterday. No goals in the 2 games to start the new campaign. Hearts and Rangers played at a goalless draw. Their keepers yesterday, absolutely fabulous performances from the respective keepers. Sander Clark and Jack Butland in either goal made some huge saves. It could have been a goal fest yesterday at Tynecastle, but ultimately the goalkeepers coming up trumps. Motherwell Ross County, I didn't watch that game yesterday, but what I did see from it, it was a very even game. Both sides really struggled to find the net. Of course they didn't find the net, but they struggled to really create massive great goal scoring chances. Both had 3 shots on target over the 90 minutes, and neither could find the net. Motherwell or Ross County. In that sense, one of the new stars for Ross County, Ronan Hale, someone I know and have known from my local club here in Northern Ireland, the Northern Irishman. Ronan Hale, great player, 25-year-old, scored a lot of goals at Cliftonville before signing for Ross County last season, and a real great star. One to watch, I'd have to say. I'm a bit biased, but I would say one to watch, certainly. And then, of course, today's game, Dundee United 2, Dundee FC 1 at the break. We have a 3 o'clock kickoff. We'll be keeping an eye on for you. St Mirren against Hibs to get the new season underway there in that one. At the moment for the new season for St Mirren and Hibs. Both sides very different seasons last season, and St Mirren will be hoping to build on that. Hibs were looking to get back into the top half after they finished in the bottom half last season. Another disappointing result for them. Let's just run you through the two sides while we're here for the moment. Ellery Balcom starts in goal for St Mirren. Rooney, Fraser, Gogic, Taylor and Tanzer in the back 5. Idowu, Boyd Muntz and Adeniran, apologies, in midfield. Alyosanya and Ayunga starting up front for St Mirren. For Hibs, Bursic starts in goal. Miller, Ekpiteta, O'Hora and Obita start in defence. Newell, Campbell and Moriah Welch in midfield. Boyle, Molotnikov and Vent start up front for Hibs. We'll keep an eye on that scoreline for you as it continues all the way through the afternoon. And Celtic against Kilmarnock is our game coming up a bit later this afternoon. The champions in action as they get their defence of their title underway. Brendan Rodgers delivering the title for the first return in his first season in the second spell in charge last season, and Kilmarnock, one of the top performers of the season last season, finishing 4th there in action a bit later on this afternoon. One you'll not want to miss. And then St Johnstone and Aberdeen conclude the weekend. St Johnstone, one of the favourites to be in that relegation fight this season, and they face an Aberdeen side who have improved, went through a real hatful of managers last season and finished 9th in the Scottish Premiership. They'll be hoping for a much better performance and at least a top half finish. Speaking of top half, let's have a look at the table quickly as it starts to shape up after this weekend so far. We're about halfway through the first set of fixtures. Dundee United lead the way, of course, the only side at the moment currently going to win on the opening weekend, but of course 3 games still to come. So they lead the way on 3 points as it stands. Hearts, Motherwell, Ross County and Rangers all on a point apiece after finishing 0-0 in both of their games yesterday. So they take up those spots. Hibs in 6th, having not played yet. 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th, of course, all yet to play, all on 0 points. And Dundee FC at the moment are sitting bottom of the league, 12th place, who are currently losing, but that's as it stands. So that's how the table looks at the moment. And the second half at Tannadice, where it is Dundee United 2, Dundee FC 1, is on the way next. Do stay with us. Welcome back to Tannadice for the second half between Dundee United and Dundee in the Dundee Derby. In this one, to start off the new season, it is the home side that lead. The team in Tangerine who lead at the moment by 2-1 at the break. The second half will be getting underway very shortly. Don't forget, as I said, St Mirren take on Hibs, 3 o'clock kickoff, about 25 minutes away from kickoff there, so we'll give you the first 20 minutes or so of that game while we're on air. Any goals, anything happens there, we'll keep you up to date with that, and then we'll get the finishing touches of that one as we head into our second game this afternoon between Celtic and Kilmarnock at 4:30. Just awaiting the return of those players then for the second half. They're taking their time. They're leaving us, keeping us waiting. There they are. The Dundee FC players heading out onto the field now. And they'll need improvements for the second half. They've not been at their best. They've not been impressive, shall I say. They've been a bit lackluster to start in the first half. They'll know they'll need improvement, and I'm sure that would have been echoed by their manager at half-time, Tony Docherty, and I'm sure they will come out trying to look for something more to this game. As I said, remember the last time that Dundee FC came to this ground and got 3 points was back in 2004, 20 years, and they will want to break that duck in this second half and try and change their fortunes for this one. And the home side is unbeaten in each of the last 10 Scottish Premiership games between Dundee United and Dundee, since Dundee United won 4-1 at Dens Park back in September 2014. So it's been 10 years since an away side has won in this derby, but it's been 20 years since it was the navy blue side of the city that has tasted victory on the road in this derby in the Scottish Premiership over the years. Let's see then, as they're all on the pitch ready to go, waiting on David Dickinson's whistle. And there it is, and we're back underway at Tannadice for the second half of this Dundee derby on the opening weekend of the new Scottish Premiership season, to see who will get maybe the first 3 points of the season, or will we have another draw to start the season. We will see. Well, it might bode well. Dundee United haven't won on the opening matchday one of a Scottish Premiership season since 2014-15 when they beat Aberdeen 3-0. They've gone 4 such matches winless since that point. Drawn 2, lost 2 on the opening day of the season. Dundee, however, they're winless on the opening match day in their last 4 Scottish Premiership seasons. Drawn 2, lost 2 since a 3-1 win over Ross County in the 2016-17 season. So both sides not accustomed to winning in the opening weekend of the season. So it's got a draw written all over it, but you never know. Rules and records are there to be broken. I didn't mean to say rules. Records are there to be broken. And we'll see if one of these two sides will break one of those this afternoon in this second half. The ball goes all the way back to Walton. And United have controlled the ball early in the second half. In the first minute or so, they've had the more of the possession. As Van de Sande was the target, he chested it down. Call of handball there, but allowed it to play on to the referee. But Miller Thompson just got a heavy touch on that one, sought out for the throw. And let's have a look at the poll in the chat. I did mention in the first half that we had the poll running, and we're waiting on your say what you think will happen. At the moment, 58% of the view of you in the chat are predicting that Dundee United will win this game. 9% predicting a draw, and 32% are predicting that Dundee FC will win the game overall. So keep those votes coming in. That poll will be open right till around about the 75th minute, so quite a distance to go on that one. But do keep your votes coming in. If you haven't voted or on the poll already, your opinion will be greatly appreciated. No pressure though, but it'll be nice to have you involved in the chat. It's great to have you with us. And enjoying the return of domestic football once again. And we'll be 3 weekends in a row. We'll be welcoming back domestic football. Next weekend we have the return of the EFL Championship and the EFL as a whole. We'll have that for you next weekend, and then on the following weekend the return of the Premier League as well. in 2 weekends' time. So a lot to look forward to as the new season gets underway here on LFS, and we thank you very much for joining us for this one. Tony Doherty there looking a bit bemused, certainly not in the best of form at the moment. So that ball goes bouncing out for a throw down the left hand side for Dundee, which Luke Graham will take quickly. McGee. Portales. Portales nowhere to go, but back to his keeper. McCracken goes long. United trying to hold up the possession but give it away. And Cameron gets the brick of the ball there just about. Ingram. Now McKeown on the spin. Nice work from the Dundee captain. Right to the left to find Larkesh. Trying to link it up with Murray. Of course, used to play in Tangerine. Did Simon Murray. McKeown. Back to McGee. To McKeown again. Trying to go through the lines. Find the run of Sela. And Sela got the shot. Well blocked. Will be a corner to Dundee. Better play. Patience. But with intent. And with an idea of where they want to go with the ball in that moment. Where it was a bit kind of blind in the first half. Where they were just passing into areas and hoping. Where it looks to be a bit more intent. A bit more cohesion about that attack there. And they get the corner, of which their captain McKeown will take. Left-footed delivery. Into the box it goes. Over the head of everyone in there and hooked away by Van de Sande, getting back in time. And now United want to conjure up a counter, but McKeown on the cover. And gets his side on the attack, but Graham beaten off the ball and Larkesh as well. And the challenges flying here, there and everywhere. And United will end up getting the free kick out of that one. David Dickinson there on the scene as McKeown just played it forward, looking for Graham. Well challenged initially by Babunski. And then it was Ross Graham that was involved there, and there was a bit of a late lunge. It will be a free kick to Dundee United, which their keeper, Jack Walton, will take. Goes long. Van de Sande, of course, targeted again. That hold-up play has been fabulous from Van de Sande all day. And look, McKeown will get the free kick here after he was brought down by Sivell. Quite a few challenges going in early in this second half. Quite a number of free kicks, which I'm trying to figure out who that will benefit more. I'm guessing it will benefit the home side more. They want to break up the play, but at the same time, Dundee have, as I said it earlier on, great from set pieces. Here's another one, whipped into the box, flicked on. Graham was the target, and Cameron trying to break into the box, but well seen away by Ferry. And again, wasteful pass by Lyle Cameron, and Dundee United get the goal kick out of it. To the bemusement of Lyle Cameron, but I don't think you really can complain there. He had the last touch. Well, there's Gordon Strachan. Watching on from the stands. The iconic manager. Long ball forward again from Walton. Dundee get it back. McGee is all the way back, but again goes long and loses possession. Bit of topsy-turvy at the moment. Neither side can really hold the possession for more than 5 seconds at this moment. And the ball comes all the way back to Walton in the United goal. And he will go long, but put it straight out of play for a throw. 8 minutes of the second half gone, and it's been a subdued start to the second half. It's kind of the same idea of neither side wanting to control the game, but at the same point, it's got to a lack of quality rather than anything else that's not kept the ball for either of the two teams. It's kind of neither of them want it at the moment. Here's Ross Graham, though. Sorry, Luke Graham. Apologies. Wrong Graham. I knew I would get muddled up with the two of them today. There's a Graham for both teams. Ross Graham plays for United and Luke Graham for Dundee. Here's Sila. Now, Palmer Holden does well to hold it up. It's it out to the right. Ingram looking for the cross. A bit of a low one. Well blocked by Ferry, and again it will be a Dundee throw on the right hand side. Ingram, I think, is going for the long throw here. Looks like. Lots of bodies in there. Ingram goes for the long throw. And it's cleared away by United, and now they want to counter-attack down the left if they can. Sila's got it covered. Did very well on the cover to get back to his keeper. He's under pressure. McKeon couldn't bring the ball under control. He will get the brick of it though. And now McKeon tries to play it in behind. Murray on the run. And Walton's come flying out there. He did get the ball. Want to keep the energy about this now, Dundee. Ingram with a cross. Headed clear by Gallagher. Sila. As Van der Sande picks up the ball, but the pass out to the left is a bit overhit. You try and find Trapanovski, and it goes out for a Dundee throw. Bit of energy restored into the game. McGee. Graham. Now Larkesh. McKeon will win the free kick as he was clipped there on the ankle by Sibel. Smart from McKeon there. Getting that free kick. Knew it was, the challenge was coming. Tried to spin his man and Sibel, and Sibel just caught him on the ankle. I think he should have got a card for that, Sibel, to be honest. There's a lot of vigour in that one. It was a dangerous challenge. Lucky to get away with that. Dundee set up for this free kick then. McKeon and Cameron over it. Will be McKeon that will take it. Back post. Headed on. Not fully cleared yet by United. It's still in the mix. And it's not gone anywhere near the goal as they now have the counter. And look at this. Look at this space here on the counter attack to double the lead. And it's going to roll towards the net. He's brought down by the keeper. And that's cleared away by Cameron. I think the referee was moved there. We just said a great counter-attack. I mean, Trapanovski's miles in space. Terrible tracking. And Cameron's chasing him back and he takes the shot. He's taken out by the keeper, but it's outside the box for me. And then Cameron does very well. Clears it off the line. Incredible. Goodness me. But naive from your own set piece to be caught on the counter attack so easily like that. See Trapanovski there. He gets the ball away. It's on the line. But I don't think VAR are going to have an intervention here. I don't think David Dickinson's made a clear and obvious error there. As we play on, the corner's being taken by United. They're trying to scramble it around the box, but Dundee clear it away. Not convincingly though, as it will be a United throw, but the commitment, the desire, the fight for every ball is what is getting this crowd up for the home side. They're everywhere. Gallagher there was the one massively involved in getting that throw in. I mean, Trapanovski's just got the freedom of this field today. Even on his goal, he was nowhere near marked. And on that occasion, the counter-attack, I mean, how naive it is to throw so many bodies up and just leave an opponent free in his own half to counter on you is, I mean, it's basics. But I've said that all day, they haven't been doing the basics well, Dundee, and you may have better quality, you may have the better players, you may have the more experience, but if you're not doing the basics of football right, then you're not going to get it trundling for you. As Larkesh comes down the left-hand side, that was a good link-up. Larkesh with a cross, and the flick on from Cameron actually takes it away from Ingram. He does get to pick it up though. Keeps it alive. Ingram cuts it back into the box, and it's neither here nor there, but it will be a corner, as that's good tracking back there. And they will get the corner out of this, Dundee. And McKine over to take another set piece. They've, as I said in the first half, they scored 20 set piece goals last season, the most of any side in the Scottish Premiership. That was certainly their biggest threat. So far, they haven't been able to find the net from a set piece. So far, they've had quite a number of them, free kicks and corners combined. United must have done their homework, and so far are holding them off on those moments. A lot of bodies in the 6-yard box though for this corner. McKine will take left-footed in-swinging corner over the keeper, who palms it behind Walton. Say it again, and maybe just stepped a bit too early, and he punches it away. Was under no threat really, Walton. He had freedom in there, he had space and time to punch it, and he calmly got it away. It will be another corner on the opposing side now. So on the left-hand side, McKine, it will be an outswinger this time. Moulton's got a bit of space now in the box, but that's easily cleared from the McKine cross. Again, no threat again from Dundee. And they're going to make a change in a moment. I was just thinking when that would be, when they would pull the trigger. Tony Docherty and Scott Tiffany is going to come on in a moment. We'll get that, who he will come on for very shortly, as we have surpassed the hour mark here at Tannadice. It's Dundee United 2, Dundee FC 1. And Dundee just dispossessed their heavy touch, and Ferry taken out. Will be a free kick to United. But again, very impressive today. They have been just seeing this again. The corner, the set piece comes in, and Dundee United clear their lines well. A bit of head tennis, and then they clear it away, and the hoof ball up. I mean, Trapanovski has got the freedom of the city of Dundee there. He's that far away. Cameron's chasing him, and Cameron just about gets back in time, but if he doesn't, that was 3-1, and that was a massive lead that would have been going Dundee United's way, and it would have been all coming from Dundee set piece up the other end of the field. But that is something that you cannot you just cannot let happen. At the highest level of football, you cannot get caught from your own set piece up the other end of the field on the counter that easily. It's naivety at its finest, and for a team that was so good at scoring from set pieces, you'd think they'd learn how to defend them. Clearly that's something Jim Goodwin spotted, and they tried to get the benefit out of it, and it almost worked for the home side. McGee Long ball over the top. Well, headed away by Graham. Back in there was the opposing Graham. Although that's not a great ball by Civil. And now Simon Murray tries to threaten, but again his cross charged down well by Gallagher, who came across and blocked it out for the throw. Not been allowed many of those crosses today as well, Dundee. United have done very well at defending crosses this afternoon. So, change incoming then for Dundee. Scott Tiffany is coming on, and Ethan Ingram is going to make way. Scott Tiffany, of course, the 25-year-old Scotsman. Joined on a free to Dundee last summer when he was without a team after he departed from Partick Thistle in July of 2021. 2 years without a team, and then joined Dundee in 2023. And last season, played 28 games, started 19 and scored 3 goals. Scott Tiffany. I would hope that he opens his account for this new season here this afternoon, or at least help the team try and get an equalising goal. Now it looks like they've gone to a back 4 at the moment, Dundee, so a change of shape to try and change the idea of this. From a back 3/back 5 to a back 4 now. More traditional back 4. McGee out to the right. Portales and Graham the centre backs, and then Larkesh out at left back for Dundee, it seems. And Trapanovsky winning the free kick there for United. Trailed down on the left hand side by Jordan McGee. 65 minutes gone, 25 to go plus the additional time, and it's the home side that lead by 2-1. Trapanovsky opening the scoring. Palmer Holden levelled before Thompson restored the lead for the home side. Hoping they can keep that. As the cross comes in, and a decent save for McCracken, but for a moment there it looked a bit unwieldy, that cross. As Tiffany tries to get himself involved, and the keeper just spilt it there, but he did well to make sure the opponent got none of it. And McCracken had to come diving out of his box for that one. Both goalkeepers involved in a couple of seconds there. And Walton's gone down here, so clearly in that moment he had a bit of a problem, Jack Walton, so the game has just paused for the moment. Perfect timing to tell you that the game between St Mirren and Hibs will be getting underway any minute now. 3 o'clock kickoff, so in about a minute or two we'll be seeing kickoff in that one. And we'll keep you up to date with the starting moments of that one as we conclude our game this afternoon. Maybe just a bit of a trailing leg from either one of his teammates there, Walton or Tiffany. Yeah, and as soon as he booted the ball away, he went straight down. And he's receiving the treatment at the moment. Jack Walton, of course, the Englishman. Last season in the Scottish Championship, started all 36 games for Dundee United, and he kept 19 clean sheets in the Scottish Premiership, Championship, last season. And he's back to his feet for the moment. He worked ever so hard last season to get to this position, and he doesn't want to give up in the first game of the season. He's going to ride it through. Takes a drink of the water, and he's just trying to kind of jog on the spot to loosen up the leg, whatever the problem was. And the ball's up the other end of the pitch, so it's not going to be coming to him pretty quickly at the moment. United got that throw in. Chested down on the edge of the box. Thompson and Chevelle try to cross it. Did take a deflection. Will be a United corner. It's good work from Chevelle. Dealt with that one well. So a corner for Dundee United. Their third of the game. Right-footed delivery into the box, and right across it came with some venom in it, but no one could get a clear head to it. In Tangerine, and Dundee end up defending it well. And we'll get a goal kick from a wasted effort there from Kevin Holt, we haven't heard very much from today, which, from a defender's point of view, is probably a good thing. They're underway between St Mirren and Hibs. Kicked off a second ago. So they're underway. We'll let you know if anything changes in that one. Any scores as McKeon tries to go from distance, but a real long-range effort that once again does not go anywhere near testing the opponent, the opposition keeper. Another wasted effort, but that shows the frustration that Dundee have had today. How United have defended them so well that, you know, they've really been kept to those long-range efforts majorly, and they're struggling to really combine things in the final third. They had a good spell in the middle of the first half where they were threatening, they were promising, and they were kind of combining things well and looking a threat, but the second half has kind of, again, been a bit blunt from them. Not got very much. Simon Murray's been a bit part player in this game. He's been more involved deeper than anywhere else on the pitch. Here's Tiffany. Look at it, lifted into the box, a deep one. And it's too deep to keep it in play there. And that goes for a United goal kick. At the moment, Tony Docherty has 20 minutes or so for a side to try and find a solution to this one. And they're going to go and eye up another change in a moment. Josh Mulligan. It's one of those changes. Reading on the sidelines. We'll tell you about the substitutions when they come. Larkesh. His header. Again, dispossessed was McKeon. Good challenge there by Sela. And McKeon, just to get about, gets the ball back to Sela. He's controlled it well. Portales. Now out to McGee on the right-hand side. Portales. Looking for options. He's in the midfield for Cameron. And now back to Luke Graham. Larkesh now down the left. Plays it on to Tiffany. That's a lovely turn away from his man. And Tiffany breaking into the box. Tiffany! And this shot cleared away for a corner. That was lovely from Scott Tiffany. The turn of pace, the power, the kind of run at the defence. Spins away from his man and then charges into a narrow gap in the box. Gets into an area, has the space to take the shot. Unleashes one. And it's cleared away off the line. Just in front of his keeper by Kevin Holt. The keeper was getting to it, but the corner's coming. As it's whipped it to the back post. And, I mean, a bit anticlimactic that. Because McGee was waiting for it. He got up for the header, and he headed it wide. So, double change incoming then for Dundee. Josh Mulligan is one of those changes. And Curtis Main is going to be the other. So those two coming on, Mulligan and Main. And they're going to replace Palmer Holden and Cameron. So Lyle Cameron and Sebastian Palmer Holden. Palmer Holden, of course, has got the only goal for Dundee this afternoon. And they're going to be replaced by Josh Mulligan and Curtis Main coming on to try and make the difference. And they've certainly got time to make the the difference in this game. Here's Tiffany, well blocked, charged down well by Graham. And he tries to play that darting ball in behind. McGee has it covered. Doesn't stop the threat though. The heavy touch from the keeper. My goodness, McCracken just about dealt with that one. Although that's not great touch there from Graham. Latched upon. And now the cutback. The shot is charged down. It's a calamitous amount of errors in the box as Sela clears it away. That was not convincing at all from Dundee. Shocking defending. Goodness me. Certainly not convincing defending. Although, here's Murray spinning in behind himself. He goes down. And it's going to be offside. For a moment there, I was expecting the referee to point to the spot, but he teased us to David Dickinson. And we get an offside flag. Goes up against Simon Murray there, sorry. See the ball in behind. Lovely ball over the top. Ooh. It's close, that, on Murray. I think he might just be on, but it's a tight one. I mean, if VAR were to have a look at that, if they're deeming that a penalty, which I might think it is, he's a bit lucky there. Yeah, it's a definite penalty, that. There's no doubt about that, but VAR will have a look, of course. The offside ruling out any possible penalty chance, but if it is given as onside on Simon Murray, I'm certain there'll be a spot kick here. Long ball over the top, and to me it looks to be just onside on Simon Murray. It's very close. It'll be his left shoulder area. It's close, that. And VAR will have their work cut out here. So VAR checking this offside then. I mean, it's a terrible challenge by Ross Graham. He goes charging in for the ball, misses the ball and completely takes out the right boot of Simon Murray. There's no doubt about it, there's a penalty, but it's whether Murray was offside in the build-up. And the decision will be coming in a moment. David Dickinson awaits the decision. He's told to halt as the VAR check all this. Just to wait patiently to see what VAR have to say on this. It's all come down to tight lines and inches. And the decision, he's going to go to the screen. So David Dickinson's going to the monitor. And it looks like it's going to be a penalty here to Dundee. Not confirmed yet, but it looks like he's going to the screen. They've given this as an onside call. We'll see it again. So that it is onside, it's been confirmed. So the spin in behind, I think this will be given easily. I mean, it's a penalty for me. And we'll wait and see what David Dickinson says about it. He's looking at the monitor, getting a few replays of the challenge. I mean, it's all studs right onto the top of the right boot of Simon Murray. I mean, it's no doubt for me. He's sliding in for the ball. He doesn't get the ball. He takes the man out in the box. It's a penalty. For me, as David Dickinson comes away from the monitor. He's back at the monitor now. It looked like he was made a decision. Here he is. And the decision is a penalty. And Dundee have a bit of daylight now. They have a bit of a hope that they can get back into this game and get back on level terms. It's going to be a yellow card as well going the way of Ross Graham. No question that it was a penalty. But it was about the offside as to whether he was offside, Simon Murray, when he spun in behind. It was a great bit of work to spin in behind. And he's just onside. just, but he's onside, and that's what matters. Very close, marginal, as a lot of decisions are. And Ross Graham gets the yellow card, and it's now a chance for Dundee to level things. As they're going to make a change now at the moment, United. Fotheringham, Kai Fotheringham has come on. And it's going to be McKeon. Luke McKeon, the captain of Dundee, to get them back on level terms in the derby. Pressure. Will he overcome it? They await the outcome of this. Luke McKeon steps up, left-footed, and scores. 2-2. Dundee on level terms for the second time this afternoon. And they've got a slice of luck. But when you get your luck, you have to certainly take advantage of it. And he has taken massive advantage of that there, Luke McKeon. Ross Graham with a poor challenge on Simon Murray. There was a question over whether he was onside in the build-up. Onside was given, no doubt about the penalty. And it's Luke McKeon that gives Dundee the leveller for the second time this afternoon from the spot. It's a really good penalty. Sending Walton the wrong way. And into the far right corner it goes. Lovely penalty by McKeon. And it's back on level terms. And as they were in the last derby between these two, 2.5 years ago, on this ground, it finished 2-2. But something's telling me there's more in this one with 10 minutes to go. I wouldn't be counting your chickens too early, as a side in there from Sela cries a handball for the United players and fans, but the referee making no decision as the ball comes up the other end. Simon Murray on the chase again. They want to go and win this now, Dundee. Chipped it forward. Tiffany now breaking into the box. Tiffany cuts it across and just run out of room there. But it will come off a tangerine shirt and it will be a corner to Dundee. This game's lit up. And with just around 10 minutes to go, plus the additional time, it's anybody's guess as to who will win it. We've already seen our two other games in the weekend end in draws. Could it be 3 from 3? This one, full of goals, full of action and energy, full of quality. And a corner here for McKeon to take on the left-hand side. Delivery, outswing to the back post, and the header is just over the bar. Decent effort, really good header by McGee. Had a header from a corner a bit earlier on, Jordan McGee. And this one's a lot better quality, really good header on it. Gets above everyone else in there. Gallagher was battling, but McGee gets the better of him and just heads it narrowly over the bar. And now it's Jim Goodwin that's in conversation with his assistants to try and find a slight edge. They did bring Kai Fotheringham on, by the way. I mentioned, there's a bit of scramble in the box as Jack Walton just gets grabbing at the ball, and Murray maybe a bit too excited to get on the end of that one, and the referee's just given a free kick to United here. As I was saying, Kai Fotheringham did come on just before that penalty was taken. Vico Sevel did make way. So as soon as that penalty was given, there was no doubt in the mind of Jim Goodwin that he wanted to make a change, and they did so right away. Oh. That scramble in the box, there was a hand in there. Oh, Simon Murray, I mean, he's scraping at the arm of Jack Walton there. And there was a check by VAR as to whether there was a handball in there. That would have been really calamitous for United if they'd conceded, giving away another penalty, but cleared by VAR, no penalty. As McKeon tries to go long, but no one making that run in behind, and Walton will just see that one out for the goal kick. ever since those changes and they went to a back four, Dundee, Simon Murray's been much more involved in the game. When they were playing that back five and he was kind of very free to roam about the whole of the front line, it was really, just wasn't getting involved in the game. But now that he's got one job, to run in behind, to make those darting runs in behind the defence, he's getting more involved, and they've got the break of the ball here as Mulligan breaks onto it, goes down, and will get the free kick there. And a yellow card coming out as well from the pocket of the referee, and it's given to Declan Gallagher, one of the other Dundee United centre-backs, completely taken out Mulligan there. No question. And a yellow card. Second Dundee United centre-back in the book. Ross Graham the other, of course giving away the penalty. McKeon and Murray are over this one. It's very central. About 25 yards out, this free kick. It's almost in line with the penalty spot. It's that central. It looks like McKeon will take it. He's already scored one to get them on terms from the spot. It's a long distance out this. McKeon, left-footed, over the wall and straight into the hands of Jack Walton. Good goalkeeping, but I mean the wall was pretty ineffective. Three-man wall that really didn't do anything there. Good strike by McKeon, but well matched by Jack Walton in the United goal. As they're going to make changes, there's an array of tangerine shirts on the sidelines there, waiting for introduction. As the United come forward, they will get the corner off Larkesh. Did get the deflection on that that cross. It will be a corner to Dundee United, and they are going to make these changes now. Double change incoming. So Lewis Malt is going to be coming on. He's going to replace Christian Trapanovsky, who opened the scoring this afternoon for United. So Malt on for Trapanovsky. And the second substitution is the other man who found the net today for Dundee United. Miller Thompson is going to make way. And he is going to be replaced by Richard O'Dada. So O'Dada and Malt replacing Thompson and Trapanovsky. So only one of our goal scorers on the field, Luke McKeon, who scored the penalty. Corner for United then. Whipped in. It's a threatening one. Not fully cleared away by Dundee as they do eventually get it away. United pick it up again though. Down the left. Looking to lift it into the box. Just a bit overhit, and McKeon is there to clear it away. It's 2 on 2. As United just get the benefit of that. O'Dada, not the best of passes, gives it away to Sela. Mulligan trying to chase. Well covered by Ferry on that side as he goes down the line, but the all was going to roll out of play. With just over 4 minutes plus the additional time to go in the Dundee derby. It's Dundee United 2, Dundee 2 at the moment. In the other game, the 3 o'clock kickoff between St Mirren and Hibs, it is still 0-0 in that one. So continuing the theme of our other games of the weekend, but it's Hibs that have got the better start in that one, but nothing to show for it just yet as Sela tries to go down the line. Again, Gallagher has it covered on Murray, and he does rescue that out for the throw. Didn't want to give away the corner. Wasn't convinced that it was a goal kick and just put it out for the throw. Down the right hand side to Dundee. It's Ferry trying to hold it up back there against Mulligan. Goes up the line. This time there was a target, but couldn't keep the possession as O'Dada went into a challenge with Sela. And United come away with the ball, and they're trying to break now. McKeon's got the better of the pace, though. And there's a bit of a tug in there from Babunski on his opponents. It will be a free kick to Dundee. Well won by Luke McKeon. At the moment, is single-handedly winning Dundee a point in their opening game of the season. Remember, as I said, the last derby between these two finished 2-2 2.5 years ago, and neither of these two have won on the opening day of the Scottish Premiership season in quite a number of years. 2014 for Dundee United, 2016 for Dundee. And it looks to be that trend is going to continue if we don't get a winner here. At the moment, since the 2015-16 season though, only one of the last 11 newly promoted sides have lost on the opening match of the season in the Scottish Premiership. Won 5, drawn 5, and that was Livingston against Celtic back in 2018-19 when they lost 3-1 on the opening day. Since then, the other 10 newly promoted sides are all unbeaten in the opening weekend of the season, and Dundee United might be following that trend unless Dundee have a say about it later on. McKeown's cross cleared away. You get it straight back though. Now Larkesh on the left, looking to lift it in. Again, headed away from danger. Not by very far there by United, but McKeown just losing the possession there, puts it out for a United throw. Just a minute or so to go of the 90 here at Tannadice. And with Dundee United having taken the lead twice in the game, Dundee have responded twice to level. Is there going to be one last say in the game? Oh, that's not convincing at all at the back there from Luke Graham. And he forces his keeper, John McCracken, to send it flying into the stands. Does it make sure they don't give away a corner there? They do give away a throw-in. Cheaply. Long throw incoming from United. Into the box it comes. Up in the air it goes. As Dundee clear their lines through McKeown again. Gets the definitive clearance as Tiffany tries to cause problems. O'Dada clears it away. Flicked on as there will be 6 added minutes in this one. And Dundee United are arriving in the box. Into the area as it's cleared away by McGee. Back it comes again though. You can't take your eyes off this. Fotheringham, as there's a bit of a scramble in the box to find themselves on the floor there. As they're threatening now United for the winner. Flicked on and into the hands of McCracken, who gathered. Van de Sande wanted something out of that one, but the referee saw nothing wrong with that. He felt he was tugged down in the box, but there's nothing in that for me. Just a bit of a grappling with Juan Portales, but nothing more than that. At the moment, these two will take the top 2 spots in the Scottish Premiership, of course, because at the moment they're the only 2 teams that have scored in the opening weekend. That's the only reason they will be the top 2. Everyone else yet to find the net. Of course, there is a game in play at the moment, St Mirren and Hibs. Now 2 0-0 draws from yesterday. Here's Simon Murray, lifting it into the box. Headed clear. McKeown to pick it up again. Murray out in the left again. Drives in field. Murray to lift it in again. Cleared away again. Still a lot of time in the added time to go. 4.5 minutes to be precise. More than enough time for a winner to be found. Whether we will get one is the question. If so, who will it be? Here's Mulligan. Breaking away from his man out in the right flank. Mulligan looking for an option to find the ball into the box. Silla also trying to find a way through, but blocked off well. As the cross comes in from McGee, flicked on, and Murray! Big save by Walton. I think he might have been... I don't think he was offside. That's so close for Simon Murray. Although I think he might have been offside. Just offside. The offside flag does go up, rightfully so, against Simon Murray this time. And Walton there, in the way, wasn't letting it past him even if he was onside, Murray. Strong goalkeeping by Walton there. Fantastic goalkeeping. Well, we're just showing a replay of a possible handball from way earlier on. I have no idea what that's about, but VAR surely cleared it. Didn't say anything for me. Here's Simon Murray on the counter-attack for Dundee. Look at the lift it into the box, and again the connection is over the bar by Main. Goodness me, they've come close once more, Dundee. They've had a few great chances to win this one, and neither of those two last chances getting away past Walton. Again, Simon Murray involved, breaks it down the left-hand side. He watches Curtis Main break off the defence at the back post, and he just swings it into the box. And Main is just there to tap it, but he gets too much on it, and it's ballooned over the bar. All it needs is the slightest of touches. It's got the pace on the cross, and all it needs is the direction. My goodness me, that's close again for Dundee. There's a long throw from United. They're both desperate for the winner, but at the moment it's not coming for either of them. 2 minutes of added time to go, and it's United that will eye up this long throw, with Ross Graham gave away the penalty that could cost them the 3 points. The long throw cleared away. Graham will lift it in again. O'Dada's in the mix, it's got down, and it will be a free kick to Dundee. They wanted a penalty there, did United, but it's a foul actually on Curtis Main that's going to get Dundee the free kick, going the other way. See it again. Cross from Ross Graham, up in the air it goes, and I mean, there was an initial problem, a collision with Curtis Main, but yeah, he got his elbow, his arm out in the way there. I mean, there's no need for that at all. It is a great decision by the referee, Lewis Malt, claiming for a penalty, but he was the one that committed the foul initially, so free kicked away of the team in navy blue. And 1 minute to go of the 6 added on. Dundee United 2, Dundee FC 2. It looks like it's going to be a draw on the derby, unless there's a bit of late drama. Don't forget, we have another game to come for you in the Scottish Premiership this afternoon. It's the champions Celtic in action against Kilmarnock. 4:30 kickoff from Celtic Park. Do join us for that one in about an hour's time. United might have the last attack here. They're on the break down the left-hand side. Bodies arriving in the box. Can one be found? O'Dada was there, but he could just head it well over the bar. Great chance, but not taken once again. And the 6 minutes are up, and time is up. The final whistle blown by David Dickinson, and it's a draw in the derby in the opening day. Once again, their records continue for these two teams, not winning on the opening weekend of the season. But at the same time, no newly promoted side has lost on the opening day since Livingston 7 years ago. But at the moment, Dundee United have certainly, maybe the pressure of being the newly promoted side, they didn't seem to show it at all today. They opened the scoring through Trapanovski. Palmer Holden pegged them back with a tap-in at the back post for Dundee before United retook their lead through Miller Thompson with a tap-in of his own before Luke McKeown had the final say with a penalty to decide things here at Tannadice Park. Final score in the Dundee derby to get the first weekend underway. It's Dundee United 2, Dundee FC 2. And there we are. Another one down, another draw. And we head to Celtic Park next in about an hour's time. They'll be getting underway between Celtic and Kilmarnock. Brendan Rodgers' side been impressive in pre-season. Kilmarnock impressive last season, finishing fourth. Can they continue that run? And Celtic would love to get off to a winning start, considering their main rivals for the title, Rangers, dropped points yesterday at Tynecastle. We'll see if they can do that. Kick-off in that one in less than an hour's time. Join us for that one. Thanks for your company for now. The Dundee derby's ended in a draw. We'll see if Celtic against Kilmarnock very shortly.